That seemed to work. I'm not sure exactly how. Oh, strange. Okay, let's see if I can get that. No, not that one. That one. There we are. Whoa! Can you hear me? I don't think my microphone's working for some reason. I think I'm running on the microphone for the... what's the name? Well, it looks like I've got my chat here as well. This is all new to me, people, so we're going to probably spend half of our day messing about with this. So I'm using the webcam on the laptop here at the moment, which is all audio is slight. What does that mean? Slight. So it should be. Yeah, for some reason before I went live it was working fine. Unless I've got to click on that one, I don't know. Noisy audio. As in too loud, or is the noise coming through with the audio? If I shut that one off, how about that? Low audio. Oh my god. It's probably low audio because this microphone here doesn't seem to be working. Just bear with me. Yeah, there's a hiss. Some hiss. It's beyond me a little bit, this. For some reason it's let the computer microphone take over. But you know. Right. I know why, because I think if I change to the other camera. No, not that one. That one. Okay. Right. That is now working on my lapel mic. So has that got rid of the hiss? This is going to be a learning curve, people, because I ain't got a clue what's going on. So hopefully I should be back on my lapel mic, but it seems to only work when I'm connected to the Blackmagic. Where? Yeah. It's probably too loud now. It's peaking a little bit. Let me just knock it back a little bit there, so it's not peaking quite so much. Come back. That should be about right. Okay. Now this is all bizarre to me because I'm working totally different than I'm used to. I haven't got a clue how to get the cameras going. But we're here, we're live, and every time I move the desk, the thing wobbles lit. Oh dear. But you know, we are here at last. I couldn't have gone on last week if I tried, I don't think. I've been playing about with the laptop yesterday and today, trying to get it to work. And it just keeps crashing out all the time. It's nigh on impossible to run a stream on it now. So I've got I've got a couple cameras linked up. I've got my webcam linked up. So let's just see what happens when I switch to that one. Video capture device, media source. Video capture device. That's probably that one. So if I turn me. Yeah, and that turns the microphone off. Every time I switch cameras, it turns the microphone off. So maybe I've got to stick me a bit smaller in the corner, maybe like that. How about that? Yeah, I think that works. Oh my god, I've never used this software ever. I literally just I started having to play with it about 11 o'clock this morning. and it took me ages to get this camera here set up. But yeah, strange. I don't know what you're seeing now, but for some reason, no, we don't want that one. Ah, there we go. That's the main camera. Okay, what was the other one I had then? Oh, that's the webcam. Ah, right, okay. Right, there's the main camera. Yes, now we're there. So I've got the webcam, that's working, and the main camera's working. So we got some things working, but that's about it. Right. Hey. Hi Derek. Right, let's see who we got in. Again, my chat's totally different. Stream Elements kicked in or not? I don't know if Stream Elements even knows I'm here. Yeah, oh yes he is. Is he there? Yeah, he is. Ah, look at that. I've got some other thing running in the background as well, which I don't know, ground control, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with ground control, but it seems to be doing everything. Right, now I've lost where I am now. OBS, there we are. Right, well I've got Aaron in first by the looks of it, and Bob. It's really nice and sunny here today. In fact, it's so hot I'm going to have to open the window in a minute. So yeah, Aaron, Bob, me, Ricardo, how you doing? Weather in the UK is very nice. Chris, how are you? Joe's in, Matamble. Thomas, Susie, Simon's in. Simon says OBS looks good. Not a clue. I don't know. I think this does so much more. It really does a lot, this program. Seems to be running okay. As I say, I've got 60 frames a second apparently, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. And I'm assuming you can see my bench and me up in a thumbnail in the corner. So we've got Nick's in, Patronics, hi from Stroud, from Nick, 55 Fahrenheit. Paul from Smith's Lake, Australia. Thanks very much, Paul. Super fan there. Who else we got? Derek Taffman's in. I need to clean the screen on this thing as well. You never heard of the app before, Aaron? Oh, it seems to be working, doesn't it? Timothy's in. Hi, Tim. And Bazaar. Gavin. Anthony. I'm just trying to get to grips with this. It's going to be fun, isn't it? So I think we've hopefully sorted the audio issue out. It seems to switch to audio when I switch to a different camera. So as long as I leave myself running up in this no, as long as this camera's on here, then we're okay. As soon as I turn that camera off, I lose the audio, which is a bit strange. And it seems that every camera is behind the other one. So that's a little bit strange to work that as well, but it's just getting used to different software, I suppose, isn't it? Dorf's in. Hi, Dorf. I seem to be an OBS expert. Yeah, unlikely, Joe. It's going to take me a while, but at least I know it runs on this Mac. Now, this is just a MacBook Pro. This is nothing huge. That's a lovely computer that Mrs. Cruncher bought me a couple of years ago for Christmas. But I've got my iMac over that side of the room, which has got a much bigger processor in it. Everything's better in that one, but it's too far away from the bench. saying that is a big screen, and I can operate it remotely with a mouse and a keyboard, so it might be doable from that one. We'll see how this goes anyway. I just not sure how this all works. Benji's in. Hi Benji. Hang on, we've got a few more people jumped in. Yeah, there's all sorts of little widgets you can do. Derek Cooper, hi Derek. Yeah, fun times with the software. It will be, I'm sure. Hello, Rob's radio channel went in, and he's straight in with the caps as usual for Rob. Caps lock machine. Dear oh dear. David Tag, how you doing? GT Jeff, hi Jeff, how are you? KW, just off for a bike ride. No worries, KW. Good to see you in, mate. Anyway, have a good ride. It's nice weather for it here. Did Joe see Benji's pie? What's this about? Yeah, at least I am. You're getting 480p, Joe, are you? I'm not sure why that is. Apparently I'm in 1080p, but it might just be ramping up or down due to the internet speed. I don't know. It says I'm doing 60 frames per second here, which is phenomenal. It's never been that fast before. CPU 41%, so it's fairly heavy on the CPU, but I'm doing 2660 odd kilobytes a second with no drop frames, so it's looking good. Russie, 1080p by 60 there. Rob straight back in with more cap locks. Oh, you just switched it to 720 by 60. I'm amazed it's running in that resolution. To be fair, I could only get 25 frames per second on the old software. But I mean, it will mean that moving about and moving things around, it should be a lot quicker. You notice I've got the AOR on the bench. I have got some parts come in for this one now, so it might be that we can have a go at that. Oh, YouTube is set wrong. Have you got another video out, Benji? Are you not talking to all of us, or just to Joe? So Aaron's watching in 1080p. So it seems like you've got to change it to 1080p in your software settings there. It's quite nice that I can get the chat up all in the same, so everything that I need is all on one screen now. Because before I had to sort of like minimize the chat, and this is actually quite good. Studio mode, what does that do? That does weird stuff that I don't know. Like cut. Okay. All right. Okay. So I can see different things on that screen. Then cut. So if I enabled that one, so I could cut that in there, but that probably knocked my microphone. No, it doesn't. Okay. This is the webcam. Arm view, look. No, where's my other one? Black Magic. Right, oh, yeah, that's interesting. Right, I'm still messing with the software, so apologies, people. Let's get out of studio mode. I can sort of run it like this, I think. Spud Vision earlier, Benji, was it? You had to change the YouTube resolution. Time for a beer to celebrate. Yeah. Yeah, see, I've got a go live button here, but I am live. I'm not sure what that means. Bit unusual. Iron Brew, yeah, I'm on some weird and wonderful diet via the doctor, so I'm on this today. Look, whoa, summer fruits, nice, tasty. I've been put on a low carb diet. So any of you that have been on a low carb diet will know what a pain in the backside it is to try and find stuff. It is a real pain. Go live as in get a life. I could be. Get a life. I daren't click it because, I mean, if I click it, it could well stop doing something and start doing something else. I don't know. But I got YouTube live control panel. It says to get started, click the button to select a stream. Well, you know, I am live, so it's very strange. Hey, thank you, Rob. No, I've got the wrong camera on this camera now. So my main camera, which is the Nikon, isn't connected to this lot yet. Basically, I've got to get another lead for it. I've got to go from USB-C to I don't even know what you call it. The like rounded edge one. Not USB-C. I think it is USB-C, but no, sorry, I've got to go from USB 2 to USB-C. That's what it is. So I think I can do it, but again, it might overload the laptop because I say I'm less than 50% at the moment, which is pretty good. You're getting the occasional dropout, Joe. Why you've got no frames dropped here at the moment? Yeah, reboot, Rob, or you've got some muck in your keyboard. So let's get the lovely, perfectly clear summer fruits, sugar-free, going. Hey Rich, how you doing, mate? On and about to zero carb noodles, rice and tagliatelle. Yeah, we went in and got some of the noodles, Rich, and it was weird, really strange. Some strange stuff was going on with it. They were very hard, and I don't know, it's difficult to explain what they tasted like, really. It was like, I don't know, it's like eating raw grass. strange taste, but I did try some. Anyway, cheers everybody. It's certainly got the fan running anyway. Certainly got the fan running. Fibre broadband, yeah, I wish I did. But I say this is doing great to be running at 60 frames a second. I dropped down to 59 frames a second there, look. So, you know, maybe I can drop it down to say 30 frames a second. Yeah, I'm locked in at the moment because I can't alter it when I'm live, but I can drop it down to 30 frames a second and it'll probably run even smoother. Low carb beers, yeah, I know you can, Anthony. I was trying to find them just now, actually. There's one called Skinny and there's Resolution, I believe. Yes, all good stuff. I mean, when I set this up originally, it was just running on Wi-Fi, which wasn't great, but it seems to have connected to the, well, it seems to be connected to Wi-Fi and hardwired as well. So maybe I'm getting a better than I ever have before. But yeah, it'd be better to get the main camera working, so I'll have to see if I can buy a lead for that. But as I say, my laptop underneath, which is a really lovely laptop, but it just, there's something wrong with it. I'm going to need to probably either do a total reinstall on it from scratch, or I don't know what else, but I priced up changing it for one that'll run the software that I do, and it's like just under £3 grand. I think it was 2,800 and something for a new one. So I thought, no, we won't do that. No, I can't rename. So I wonder which video capture device this is then. Capture device. And that's this one here. Oh yeah, okay. So that's just do that. So that's whatever they call the camera on these things. Rename that one to Mac webcam. Okay, so that one is Brio. Try thing I bought you, Graham. I can't. I'm streaming, Rob. Hey, what's this one? Oh, hello. That's the intro then. I don't know if it'll save any of this stuff. I don't know. And that's the Patreon credits and channel members. Right, okay, so I've got some stuff going on now. I know which button does what now. That's much better. I'm not just randomly clicking stuff. Yeah, Rob bought me a hard drive external enclosure thing, so I can pull the hard drive out of the computer and put it into this enclosure. I'm not sure on why Rob got me that. I don't know. I don't think the hard drive's damaged. I don't think there's anything wrong with the hard drive. I think it's a software issue, but please don't install any virus stuff. Yeah, there's no virus stuff installed on this, Anthony, as far as I know. It's one of the things I have noticed with Mac stuff is you don't tend to get, touch wood, you don't tend to get a lot of virus issues with it like you do on PCs. Never have done. Ground control, I don't know. You replace bread for sushi seaweed to make sarnies. Lost 4 kilograms, but looked like you were eating a bomb. Bob, thank you very much, Bob. Stream Elements is still working. Excellent, thank you, Bob. Yeah, I'm really not sure what you want me to do with that hard drive enclosure, Rob. I think Rob wanted me to take the laptop apart, take the hard drive out and put it in this enclosure for some reason, but Sushi seaweed, you lost 4 kilograms, but it looked like you were eating a bomb. Looked like you're eating a bomb, Rich. How on earth did you manage to get a sandwich looking like a bomb? Yeah, it's tough, to be fair, trying to find stuff. I mean, you can eat. Yeah, ground control is something to do with Stream Elements, but it's running in the background, Rich, and I don't know what It's got this 8-ball thing on it, or exclamation mark 8-ball. You can ask the 8-ball a question, I believe. Always back up your important information before reinstalling to Windows, but I haven't got a drive to put in it, Rob. So what you're saying is I need to buy another drive as well. Do I to use that? So I've got all sorts of stuff here. What's going on? Quick action, pause alerts, skip alerts, overload. See, there should be all sorts of weird stuff happens when people tip and all sorts. I don't know how ground control works, unless it's just some weird thing. You'll have to try the file say. What does that mean then? File say. God knows. We were using that say software with Rich, weren't we? Nuke. Mass remove messages. We don't want to do that. Yeah, it is an SSD, Anthony. There's an SSD in this. Not, well, in this one there is, and my other one's got an SSD. Ground control is for Major Tom, liking it, David. Very good. Umami bomb from the Umami bomber. Yes, I'm not sure whether Rob means that I've got to get another hard drive. Information on Linux or Mac OS. Yeah, I'm reluctant to do anything with my Mac over there because for some reason on graphics at the moment it's going really slow, so I'm really not sure. I need to investigate that as well. But this is my sort of what I use downstairs for replying to people's messages and emails and all that sort of thing. But it does look to be performing pretty well. Yeah, really impressed. This could be the way forward, people, once I work out how to use the thing. If you had external hard drive, copy everything over to your Exastal. I haven't got an Exastal drive. Exastal. You can't update due to an error with a curative update, Anthony. Yeah, I mean, I think I can wind it back. External drive. Right. I have got some external drives, but Joe Fennec, how are you, Joe? Yeah. So I can sort of see, I'm getting the idea of this, but it's got scenes and stuff like that, and I really don't know. I need to probably have a good look through. Yeah, I think I need to do a bit of studying on this software. I think you can get overlays and all sorts of things to work with this. You know, and it'll sort of make noises when you get tips and super chats. It does all sorts of things, but I don't know how to set all that up. Soggy Joe, is it? Oh, it's lovely over here today. It's brilliant, bright blue sky. Yeah, very nice. I don't know what the forecast is for the week. I was hoping to wash a car today by my chance. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just messing with stuff on here. That webcam intro is not working for some reason. Okay. True. Sorry about the clicking. I'm just trying to get to grips with how this works. Yeah, there we are. I think we've been lucky in the southwest. Yesterday was really nice. Forecast is good for a few days, Gavin's saying. Nice. So I think what Rob is saying is to take the SSD out of my laptop, put it in this enclosure, connect that to an external hard drive and copy it across. Yeah, not sure on that, Rob. If I reinstall Windows, it'll put my computer back to factory default from scratch. That's good. That's what I need. I'm looking on this computer, but of course this is a different computer. The other one's underneath. Oh dear. It's all good. We're on. We're live anyway. It's working. It's working. The picture's good. I'm happy enough with the picture quality. The capture rate seems to be working fine. I say, just got to add that camera there in that you can't see because it's off cam. I can potentially show it to you with this camera. If I can go to my studio mode, if I can select the Brio and go sort of there, and then fade that in. So yeah, this is the camera. So this is the laptop I'm on now. This is my MacBook, and underneath it you can see I've got the old laptop, so the screen is much smaller on this one, which is a little bit of a pain. And just peeping up above there with the light, you can't see it very well because the light's blowing out, but that's my camera that I use as my face camera normally. So that's the setup as it is, together with all my mess in the background. So if I go back to that one, turn that one off, put that one on and cut that in, yeah, that sort of works. There we are. Oh well, okay. It'll take me a while. But we'll get there. We will get there. The stream will go on. They can't stop us streaming. They throw all the software problems and computer issues at me, but we can still stream. Rob Hedson, hi Rob, how are you, mate? I'm looking at the wrong camera again. It's this one. The on-air sign, you know, that's potentially doable. How about that? And I assume I could just make my screen bigger by just dragging like that. Seems to work, doesn't it? You don't want to see. You got my repair list up in the corner. Look. I need to speed this mouse up a bit. I can do it with just the pad, but there we go. Barometer stop, David. Right, I see what you're saying, Rob. So what I've got to do is I've got to connect the external hard drive dock into your working computer to allow you to get access to everything you've stored on your hard drive that's installed in your laptop. I'll tell you what, Rob, let me go and get it a minute, because I'm not really 100% sure what you mean. Let me go and get it a minute, and then we can have a look at what Rob's got me, and try and work out how to use it. Mrs. Cruncher's down and watching the darts. Bully boy. Oh, I might as well get the bits for the radio. On here. Right, USB 3 SATA hard drive flat docking station connects any SATA hard drive to your computer through an available USB 3. Okay. So this is what Rob's got me here. Let's pop it up on that for a minute. That's what we got. Doesn't like it because it's white, isn't it? It's all white. USB 3 SATA hard drive flat docking station. So I've got to take the hard drive out. I need an NTFS interpreter. I need something. So let's have a look inside this then. Let's see what we got. We got an enclosure with a USB connector on it. I've got some leads potentially. It's a universal power thingamajigger. The UK plug. And we got some instructions, that's what we need. Spread the love online, apparently. Your reviews help buyers like you make the right choice. Spread the love. Oh dear. So Rob is saying I plug this into my working computer. Let's just move that up there out of the way. So plug this into my working computer. I've got to put something in it though. If I just plug it in, nothing will happen, will it? Oh, hello, we've got like a little lid thing situation there. I want a connector in the back. on-off button. So we've got USB there and we've got power there. Spread the love. Extends your warranty to 2 years. Has me covered apparently. Safety warning information. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. I don't think I'm going to say USB 3 SATA hard drive flat docking station. Hard drive slot power LED USB 3 power interface. Connect the power adapter to a wall socket, then connect the USB cable from the dock to the computer. So basically I've got to take the hard drive out of my computer and put it in this one. That's what we're saying, I think. I think that's what we're saying, isn't it? Gia in. Hi Gia, how are you, mate? Jess, how you doing, Jess? Jess has switched from mechanical hard drives to M2 drives. What are M2 drives? No worries, Rob. Gia. A little snow. Whoa. So I think, hi Mike Cass, how are you? Sorry to hear you haven't been well, Mike. Glad to hear that you're on the mend. Multi SSD drives. Well, I know I've got an SSD drive here that Jess very kindly sent me up. That's actually connected to the other computer though at the moment, but I sort of get the gist of it. There's so much stuff in here, I need to have a good clean out really. As I keep saying. Yeah, so much stuff here, so much stuff. But the problem is that this laptop has got all USB-C on it. So, hi Rampton and Evan, how are you? How are you both? If you need to access the files on the old computer, put the hardware into it. It looks like I've got a bit of a tan on there. I think I've got the saturation turned up a bit high on the camera there. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, not sure how that works. Filters, okay, filters. Color correction, yeah. Yeah, maybe got the saturation up a bit high. How about that? Wow, that's better. No. Doesn't look much difference to me. Perhaps I've got a bit of a red face today, I don't know. Back up the old laptop, then reinstall. Yeah, I think that's you can get adapters for that lead. Yeah, I know a lot of the leads now are going to USB-C, but this will fit in my in my other computer. So basically I've got to take the hard drive. Oh, hello. Where did my chat go? Oh, chat disappeared then. Strange. I had a bit of a spike. My chat's gone. Where did my chat gone? Still in ground control. You only need the powered caddy if it's a spinning disc you have. Ah, right, okay. Thank you. And I'm not sure what's happened to my chat. Has disappeared from OBS. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to me chat. Chat's gone from here. Strange. I just closed a dockable window. If you'd like to show it again, use the docks menu on the menu bar. Docks. Chat. Let's open the chat up again. Ah, it's back. Strange. Too red for the camera. You don't have, just back up your files. Yeah, I can see because I got it in that I don't know, a Stream Elements thing. So yeah, I've got a USB 3 lead with it, and then like the printer USB connector, and it's got the power supply. But Gia said I don't need the power if it's a spinning, unless it's a spinning disc. No, it's a solid state drive, so I just need maybe the connector to connect it across. But thank you for sending that, Rob. I shall have to have a look and see if I can take out the SSD in this one. I don't know what sort of task that would be. I don't know. Anyway, there we are. Sabrent. Hard drive docking station. So I'll, if I get chance in the week, which is unlikely at the moment, I seem to have a chance to do anything, I'll get it out. So the car went in for MOT the other day, so I've been without a car for a couple of days as well. I've been using Mrs. Cruncher's, which is fun to get in and out. At least I've had a car. Oh, that's my little power supply plugged in. That's my lead to connect it, and that's my drive thingamajig. So I'm going to have to take the laptop apart on it to get that out. Plug it into my desktop over there, and then stick it into my external hard drive for the desktop, just to back up my data. I think that's what Rob was saying. I mean, I can just transfer it onto a big SD card or compact flash, because I can use the ones in the camera up there. Oh, just a function, no worries. What size is the hard drive? If it's a recent laptop, the chances are that it won't be using a SATA drive. Potentially. Anyway, let's have a look at the AOR 7030. Let's move that camera. Can I move that camera there? I better not mess about with it because it's going to crash out, isn't it? As soon as you start messing with stuff, it starts crashing these days. So there's a few bits just in there for safety so I don't lose them. So can you remember I took the, well, I didn't take it out. I saw that the battery was leaking last time, wasn't last week, it was the week before, wasn't it? It just started leaking. And this is a NiCad 1.2 volt, 1/3 AA size. I don't know if you can see that or not on the camera. See that 1.2 volt, 1/3 AA. So I managed to get that off the board. According to AOR, you can just take it off the board without removing it, but that was nigh on impossible. So I had to cut one leg off. So I've got to desolder that from that board somehow. Says you can do it without taking the front panel off, but you know, the CPUs on this, etc. It's not a job I'm looking forward to be fair. It looks like the whole lot's got to come apart just to get that battery, but they reckon you can do it without doing it because the holes are so big. Well, it's all very well, but they're soldered on the back of the board, not the front. I don't know if you can see that. Where I took the battery out was down here. So you can see it's a really large holes they put on the board, and this is just a little bit of foam there to connect it to. So I've got another battery. This one here, but this is a NiMH, not a NiCad. So I don't know if you can see that, if I hold that there. So it's a 1.2 volt, 1/3 AA, but it's a NiMH, not a NiCad. So, morning Bill. So I'm wondering if that's okay to go in there. I think it is, because at the end of the day, it's just getting voltage and holding its charge. I don't know if it needs different charging circuit to NiCad, but it's something that's always constantly in the voltage, so to speak. But yeah, that was the only one I could get that would actually fit in there the same as the old one. Should be okay. George Donaldson, good afternoon to you, George. Good to see you, mate. How are you? Should be okay. Slightly lower voltage. It needs lower voltage to charge. Anyway, that's the least of my worries really, because the other issue I've got is this broken antenna connector on the back here. I haven't been able to find anything like that whatsoever. Nothing the same at all. Just prop that up a bit so you can see it. Yeah, I haven't been able to find anything like that. Oh, you're at work, George. Nice one. Cage Nut, Steve, how are you doing, mate? Different chemical makeup. That's what I thought, you know, end of the day. So the best thing that I've found is slightly expensive for what it is, but it's a Cliff Audio speaker connector. And it's board mounted, but unfortunately the pins are in a different position on this one than the existing one. And really, this, if it was in the radio like this, then this one would be ground, and this one would be the antenna. So really, I could put it that way up in the circuit. But as you can see, it is bigger, quite a lot bigger. So I've got to do some butchery to make that fit, if it will fit even. So I've got to take this one out. So I thought maybe we'll do this today, is pop this one out and then have a look and just see if there's any way I can get that back in there. I mean, I will be able to, but I'm going to have to cut this. I think the lower part, if I can keep the writing the same on the top. I don't know if there's any way of switching them around and popping the red springy one out and putting it on the black, if you know what I mean. If there's any way to pull it apart, but it's... yeah, I'm asking for trouble doing that, I reckon. So that's the plan anyway, to try and get that in, but I am going to have to do some butchery on the case to get it to fit. I might end up having to put it that way up, which doesn't look particularly nice. But I don't know if this will connect to the radio or not. So yeah, that was what I was going to look at today. I think to change the onboard battery here, I am going to have to take these boards off, which means taking the whole front of the radio off, which is more than a little bit scary. It might be simpler than I think, you know. It might just be those two screws that come out, but the other issue was, can you remember we had problems with the screw things cross-threading? Well, there's a memo from AOR suggesting that you drill right the way through and tap a new hole in for these. So I managed to find some more screws that were longer, but I'm yet to find an M4 tap, so I might have to buy an M4 tap as well. It is very similar, Rich, yeah. Use a big hammer. Hi Andrew, how are you? Alright, thank you for that, Andrew. Need a metal nibbler. I was thinking more of a Dremel, Benji. But I think really before I start cutting this apart, I need to take this back panel completely off. Which again is not the easiest thing. Let's just crack on, shall we? Let's move that out of the way a minute. We don't need that. Zoom you out a little bit. Palsy drive, got that from last week. Last week is the week before last. Last week, Mrs. Cruncher was out for a luncheon with her darts team. So that sort of clashed with the stream, plus the fact I didn't have a reliable computer to hook up to. Okay. Let's take this off next. The problem is, how the hell am I going to get that back on? Actually, I don't need to take that one off, luckily. I do need to take this top screw off though. That's a different screw thread again. That looks like a small, is it a small posi or is it a small posi? Let's just grab that or something. Right, that's that one. That autofocus blurring, it will do. Dremel. Focus. What's struggling with the focus? Is it focusing on something different? I mean, it looks focused to me. The autofocus is blurring. Oh well. So then we got these two screws here. Alright, what else is holding it on then? So it looks like that screw is holding it on, which is a real pain because that's going to be a sod to get back in again. Unless it's easy to just unsolder that from the board, which I think it is. Let's just unsolder that from the board. It's a RadioShack HT204 nibbling tool. What on earth is that, Benji? HT204. Can I share a screen on this? That'd be interesting. HT204. Or will this kill my... I see it, right, okay. I wonder if I can share my screen. Will that really kill OBS, Dad? I need to put another source in. Mac OS screen capture. Okay. Oh, we don't want that, do we? Did you like that? Amazing. Okay, so I think in order to do that, I need to go to studio mode. I need to go down to there. See, I can connect my Stream Deck to this, but again, I need a USB-C lead. No, that's not working very well, that. Yeah. You saw Infinity, did you? Stuttering. Me? Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the Mac OS screen. It's too advanced for me. It's too advanced for me to sort out. Just entered the Matrix. Yeah. So I can see it here. It is a nibbler. A nibbly nibbler. Radio Shack nibbler. It looks like a tool I used to use for panel work. Can cut up to 18 gauge non-hardened metals. £22.1. Works well for creating holes of fuse holders, indicator lamps, switches, etc. Interesting, Benji. Might have to invest in something like that. Maybe I can share that. Copy link. Can I post into the chat? I don't know. Okay, there's an Amazon link. That was cool, Gavin, was it? Yeah, I've disabled that. Right. So I'm going to just desolder this a minute. Will it let me? Ah, typical. That's through the thing. No, I'm going to have to unscrew that one. There's no choice. I thought I'd be able to that's going to be horrible to put back on, that is. Yeah, it's not going to be good. Okay, well, our back panel is off. No, it's a totally different setup, and the insides are gone, really. Oh, I see what you're saying. Does that paddle? Would that go in there? These are sort of weird lockable ones, so they sort of lock down to clamp the wires. So if I went in the same holes, I'll put it over there. If I go that way, so it's not far off width-wise. In fact, it's not far off at all. very close, that is. So I think it'll go that way. But will the screw hose match up? The screw hose match up as well. Well, I did something right then. It's literally probably 1 mil, if that. So I might even be able to do that with a file, you know. Might be able to do that with a file. Let's move the radio out of all filing way. Let's have a go at it with a file. Oh, it's nearly there. Oh, so close. Just needs to go a little bit up there by the looks of it. Right. Okay, that's that. So it just needs to go a little bit there as well. To say, this is not a cheap radio, so I won't be messing too much with this. So close now. Thing is, it tapers by the looks of it, so that's sort of got it in there, but it tapers, so it's got to go deeper than that. But I think height wise it should be okay. It might need to come out a little bit on the bottom as well. At least doing it this way, it's only a little bit at a time, isn't it? Nearly. It's nearly there, look. Look at that. Oh. Needs to come through further now, so I think we're starting to bind on the bottom now. I think the sides are nearly there. holes sort of line up, but we need to take some off the bottom now. Seems a bit drastic, doesn't it? That's what happens when you can't get parts for these things. Still catching on these side bits a little bit. It's aluminium, so it is filing really easily. God, that's nearly there now. It's in at the top, it just needs to go down slightly more on the bottom. Just catching on the bottom. So near. Seems to need to go down further on this side, but to be honest, that's, yeah, it's just the sides that need a bit more now. I think I've got the height right. Yes, there we are, we're in. Are we fully in? Yes, we are fully in. It's like a new one, isn't it? I got a bit of a burr there, let's just get rid of that with the file. So I could put it that way up. So the ground is black and the wire is red. I think that might be better than sticking it that way up. I don't know, I mean that's the correct way up. What do you think? OBS is a nightmare. Too much hassle. I know. I just stream. I don't bother doing normal videos, George. Really. So that's part of the problem sorted. The next part is trying to fit it into the actual board itself. So I think I'm going to need to do that on flying leads. Which way up do you think? See, if I connect it that way up, it would be easier for me to install it. Doesn't really matter which way up it is, does it? Where are the screws that hold this in? Just try and screw that back in and see how we go. That's one. How about that? So that means the wires are the wrong way round. But I should be able to put it on flying leads then. Right. Let's clean this mess up. Now, where's my wet wipes? I gave them to Mrs. Cruncher with the blue roll. We had a bit of a disaster with the boiler. But the boiler is now working. I'm just waiting for the new one to be installed now. It's never-ending expense. Don't want any of that getting into the radio. Chuck that out of the way. Don't want it getting into my hands really either, do I? Let's just go and wash my hands off a minute. Let's go wash my hands off a minute and then we'll look at taking that one out and fitting that back panel back on. That's the plan, but I think that looks okay. Good as factory. Let's go and wash this aluminium off my hands a minute. It's like aluminium sand. Probably not good down on Pluggo either, but there you are. It's going back out to the sea now. Red is the new black, yeah. Well, this is an oil boiler as well. The boiler alone to buy is £2,500 apparently. But luckily I have one already that I bought a while ago. Solar heater, Martin, how are you, mate? Yeah. Yeah, to get the ground black, I've put it that way up. I think that's better, because you'd naturally assume that black is the ground, wouldn't you? Don't know what's on the back of it, something sticky at some stage. So let me have a look at the whole board. Am I going to need to take the whole board off to get this front panel off? So I need to get that front board there off. Got to be a connector there. This is a pain, this battery. I might be able to do it just by loosening the screws on here. There's a screw there and there's a couple here. I may be able to loosen them, because I can pretty much get a soldering arm in behind just to get rid of that tag there. But there is a bit of corrosion in that board that I've got to scrape back a bit. Yeah. I mean, as I say, these are well into 4 figures, these radios, so we don't want to be messing anything up. It's all got to be nice. It won't do now, Bizarre, because I've got it upside down. So what we'll do next is just remove this one altogether. Zoom in a bit. I'm back. Strange angle, isn't it? But yeah, this is a bit not great really, but there you are. Yeah, so say there is some little modifications you can see on the back here, but if you look at AOR's bulletins, they have recommended some modifications to this, so I assume that's what's been done. Let's just fire up the desoldering tool. What was in there? That was nothing. I'm glad that went okay anyway. I wasn't exactly looking forward to dremeling out the back panel, but it looks to have been lucky this time. I'm just having to think about, I'm going to get that back in place. Should be able to. Just going to be a bit of a fiddle. I've done worse. Yeah, I don't really know how I went live today. It just seemed to do it. But you could just fold the pin over. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I might be able to fold that pin downwards and into the board. Till we get this one out, we won't really know. But yeah, it's just the wrong way up, because this would be, where are we? Yeah, like that. So we might better bend these pins and make them go in, or just put a little bit of wire on the end of these and just hardwire them in. Don't really want to bend them too much. I don't know. It's not the greatest on the planet, is it? That's a little nut that goes there. Right, let's get the old soldery suckery out. Get that off. Pins are too big for the tip of the solder sucker, so we might have to go old school. It's a lot of solder in these. We're still not free there. There he is. I'll go through that. Well, I'll tell you what, they're absolutely in exactly the right place to bend down and go in, look, if it'll focus. See that? Literally right there. But they're too long to bend down. Just trying to think how you're going to do this, Graham. Yeah, so you can see how close they are, look. If I bend them, I'd have to get them exactly the right height, wouldn't I? What do you think? wire links. Just use leads, run wires. Yeah. Run wires, I think is the way. They are exactly in line though, aren't they? If you flip the connector around, Gio, they face the other way, so they'd be too far over to the right. Yeah, because they're offset to one side. If you can see, they're offset to one side. So if you'd have flipped this connector around, they'd be too far over that way. So it's going to have to be leads. What have we got wire-wise then? Let me just find some red and black wire. There's a bit of black. There's a bit of red. So I think what I'll do is I'll use some of these little twizzly things here to put on this, just to make it a bit neater and a bit easier to solder. Mr. Andrew Ausfa made for me many moons ago. So if I put one of those on each like that, stick my wires in the top, and then I can bend them down and around. That's the plan. Right, let's do this one first. Dids, good afternoon to you. Right, which is the red one? Red one is that one, so if I push that on there. Nicely attached. And the black one, where's my little bit of black wire gone? Is that a big enough bit of black wire though? That's what I ask myself. Yeah, sort of. It's a bit stiffer that. Let me just see if I can find some different black wire a minute. There we go. Very useful little things those, aren't they? You can make your own by just winding capacitor legs onto a very thin screwdriver. Christoph's in. How you doing, Christoph? I haven't got any thick solid core, to be honest, Benji. This is really thick stranded wire. And it's a lot more flexible, so I can sort of bend it around. Boing. Oh, let's have a look here then. So if I allow a little bit extra length, just loop it up a bit. Let's try it about. So you can't see what I'm doing for a second. Let's put that in there a minute. So it wants to be a little bit shorter than that. Let's cut them off about there. And that will go in there nicely, but it's got me wondering now whether I take this whole thing out rather than mess about and solder that in, because of the fact I've got to drill these rails. So basically I've got to drill these rails here right the way through, tap them and put a screw through. Now I could do that in situ, but then I'm going to get aluminium filings everywhere, aren't I? A dilemma. I could probably mask all that up, to be fair, save messing about, try to take the whole thing out of the chassis. How difficult is it to get it out of the chassis? So we've got 2 screws there. Two screws there, which are in a channel again. That's for another day. Let's just get this on for now. Let's just put a little tiny bit of tin on there, on the ends of those. So tin the ends of those a minute. Just stop the strands breaking up. And that will go in. Get in there, you little monkey. Quite cold since October. Oh dear, no worries, Christoph. You take it easy, mate. I think maybe this red wire slightly got more strands in it than the other one. Oh no, there he goes. There he goes. Right, can I flip this over? Solder those in like that. I wonder. Am I going to be lucky? Let's get rid of the block. There she goes. Snip the top of that one off. I don't want that catching up under the case. Next we've got to put this pain in the neck piece back up here. So it's got to have a lock washer as well, just to make it a bit more awkward. Give that brush off. There's a little bit of very fine aluminium dust on that. Now the problem is how to get a nut on the back of that. Yeah, not the easiest thing. I'm going to try and get a nut in through there. So I'm going to have to see if I can hold it in my forceps maybe. No, don't go that way. Don't get off, get back through there yet. I think that will work though. Get that back through that hole. If I just get it caught. Yes. Got it. I got it. Brill. Right, now the other one. Right. I think having for forceps. Fix the two screws on the back, and that is our speaker, not speaker post, well it is a speaker post isn't it really, but our wire connector's done. Don't get these crossed because it's in these silly little channels again. There we are. Two new antenna connectors. All right, let's have a think about this this business here. Put that down on something real. I don't want this getting damaged. Let's pop this down on the bench. No, that one's Phillips. Okay, so they've mixed and matched here. Oh, hello, shakes, got the shakes. Careful I don't do that too much because there's some spacers there. Is that going to give me any more room in there to get a soldering iron in? Yeah, I think it will. Let's see if I can get a soldering iron in there then. See if I can get it around so you can sort of see what I'm up to. So this is where our battery's got to go. This is our new battery. Just in there like that. The legs sort of bend around and then sit on the back of the board, so I'm going to have to sort of try and prise this apart very gently. I've got a bit of movement there now. So that will give me room to get my thingy bob in there. Right, what can I pop in there to wedge that open without giving it too much hassle? Fit in there. Yeah, so I can just about get in there now, look, with a soldering iron. So I get my smaller soldering iron tip and put in skinnier one. If I can get the let's get the light down here. Let's get the eyes on. So I don't want to burn anything. Appears to be stuck fast there. Yeah, I think that's got some corrosion on it, you know. We're gonna have to take this board out. There's no other way really. The solder behind's gone like a crystallized consistency. So we're gonna have to take the front panel off. We're gonna have to take all of this off. It's all gonna have to come off. This is going to be a pain to put back on again, I'm sure, because there's loads of little spacers in this. We've got two, looks like Allen keys on the front. What size are they? smaller than that. It's a bit drastic, isn't it, really? Looks like 2mm. So if it was just the back thing, we'd be sorted by now, but we've got the battery and we've got those rails to drill in. Bolt as well. One front panel. Doing some horrible spacers. So how does this thing come off? Ah, we've got a grub screw in there potentially. It's going to be smaller again. Is it that one? One or two grub screws? Just one. How are those fitted together? So it's this board here I need to get off. It's just a pushing connector there by the looks of it. So yeah, definitely got to get this one off. Looks like it is an Allen key, but I think it's smaller than that. There she is. We'll take that spacer off. We'll take that nut there off. And looks like a couple of screws there. Now, where did my number one posi drive screwdriver go? Just there. No, they don't want nuts on the other side, have they? Oh, they have. And spacers. Oh no. Oh my. My favourite thing, spacers. So little spacers, another nut. It looks like that board is a plug-in. Is that plugged in or has that got to be unsoldered? Oh, that's got to be unsoldered. No. Ah. So I thought this was a plug-in connector here, which you would think it would be, but it's not. It's just a pin header. Right, I've got to unsolder all of those as well then. Careful. Right, let's get the eyes on. Apologies, I'm not looking at the chat for a minute. So. Why have they done this? Why have you done this to me, AOR? Why can't you just do it normal? Nearly there. Okay, we're off. And that's what I mean about the corroded terminal. Look at the state of that one. That's not good. Right. What we're going to do to that one then? We have to reflow that somehow and get that crustiness off of it. No, we're going to need to use the big iron. Get the big tip out. Where is he? Let's get the big boy out. That is really corroded, and there's a bit of battery terminal still attached to that. Yeah, that's really crusty. There we go. That's better. It's difficult to hold it in position here, so I can solder it. See if I can prop it up like that. Better. Right, let's get some fresh solder on that in a minute. That is crusty. Right. So I should be able to pull my battery terminal out the back. There he is. So I want to just have a look at the board down here a minute, where it's got some of the battery has leaked on it. See where I am? Just want to see if that how stable that is, whether it just scratches off. If I can find it, my tweezers. The tweezers, there we are. Let's give that a little scratch with the tweezers just to see if that's... Yeah. So the board is corroded just there. Luckily it just caught it, I think. John, how are you? You finally fixed it, John, did you? What was wrong with it? It's totally different than the one I had. The one I had is a mobile one. Totally different to yours. What was wrong with it, John? There's a little bit of corrosion here as well. And a little bit there. Making this awkward for myself. Just cut a new piece off ground. Right, so I need to clean that up a little bit better and just put some fresh soda mask on it. Stop it corroding again. Yes, Chris. Steaming on with my repair queue, look. It's a little bit different, this one, being it's a receiver, but it's very nice old radio. Very sought after, actually. Right, let's see if I can find my pen. Overcoat pen black. Black is the new green. Green is out of stock and off the chart price wise. Why this is so expensive, I do not know. There you go. Fixed. Ish. Whew, that's the doorbell gone. Now, did Mrs. Cruncher go out or not? Let me go and see. Oh no, I can hear her. That's okay. Right. Interestingly, this doesn't say which is the positive and which is the negative. But the old one, the crimped end, was the positive. So I think in line with, we can see that it's cruddy, really nasty, isn't it? So that's got to be the positive. Right, let's see if I can solder this up then. More spacers coming out. There's my eyes. Make sure I got this on straight. Right. Don't turn off. Huh. There she blows. Nice new green battery in. Right, I've got to clean all this crud off of here. Let's clean all the muck off of it and I can put it back together. I hope. That was an accident waiting to happen, that was. Just literally caught that in time. Okay, right. That's the easy bit done. Now the hard bit is getting it all back together. Plus I got muck all over my arms now. It's a 7030, John. Main transistor's broken. LCI 2950. Well, George is your man for that sort of stuff, John. If George is still in here. I'm quite impressed with the stream so far, people. Maybe I've spoken Danish. How are you, Paul? Forceps, yeah, unfortunately. I'm just getting all the flux and muck off my hands here. Just don't want to be transferring that onto the case. Yuck, I got muck all over the back of my mouse now. That's going to send my thing haywire. Right. So, lots of nasty spacers now. Oh, I hate nuts and spacers. Spacers. That's difficult. I'm trying to get it so you can see it as well at the same time, but it's not easy. That should work. Let's get the screwdriver out. Because I want to do these up before I solder that, because otherwise it might not be spaced right. Didn't really expect to have to take all that apart, but that was really crusty, that connection. Not terminal even. Come on. So if you've got an AOR 7030 and you've never done the battery in it, look out. got it. There we go. 2, and the last one. 3. Then we've got this one to go up through here. Nip that one up. And now we can solder those back on. If it'll stay there long enough. We don't want a massive great soldering iron for that though, do we? Where's the thing go? Let's get my normal tip back. Where are you? Right, well they've all gone, but I'm going to put some flux on and just do them again, just to make sure it flows right the way through to the other side, because it's double-sided board this, and the connections are on the other side. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's get rid of that flux. There, right. Two more spaces. Make sure I haven't thumbed the display. Oh, hang on, I've got to put the knobbage back on, haven't I? Now, what have I done with the Allen key for that? It's not that one. I didn't put it back, so it's on the bench here. Or on the floor. It's usually on the bench or on the floor, isn't it? Well, let's put some stuff away and then it might come to light. Yeah, there you are. Like I say, put some stuff away straight away. You got it. Nice. Right. Now we can put the front panel back on. Get these on quick before the spacers jump off the board. Right, just tweak them up. I don't want to over tighten them because of these aluminium channels. And there we have it. The only thing left to do is to drill out those rails and tap them. As I say, at the moment I don't think I've got a tap, so that's going to have to wait. So you can put the bottom panel back on for good. That doesn't need to come off again. Get out. So the next question for you is, what size drill bit for an M4 tap? It's like mastermind on here, isn't it? What size drill bit for an M4 tap? There she is, nice new battery, nice new speaker terminals. About halfway for that. What else have we got to do to it? That's it, really. I'm pretty sure on the AOR website they said 3.8mm for M4, but when I looked elsewhere, some were saying 3.3 and some were saying 3.5. It's anyway, let's catch up with the chat a minute. Rob, thank you. You had a few drinks on me. People throwing drinks on you, Rob, have they? 3.5, 3.6, 3.3 for Anthony. Aston, how you doing, mate? Helicoil. Yeah, I don't want to helicoil it, Martin. So if anybody's wondering what the radio is, there it is. AOR 7030, that's what we're working on today. Chris, thanks mate. A little bit of a different one, isn't it? We've never had to do anything like that before. Because it's Ali. Oh, I see what you're saying, Anthony. .5 for John, 3.6 for Bazaar. Yeah. You got your Jackson from George, did he? Yeah, he does good work, doesn't he? Does nice work. I keep forgetting that the camera's on the laptop. I've never used the camera on this laptop before. It doesn't seem too bad though, really. Just catching back up with the chat a minute. I think I've caught most things on here, so apologies if I've missed your chat. Thanks for that, Bob. You moved as well, Christoph, did you? Dear, oh dear. George hates solid core. Al, how are you doing, mate? Are you still there, Al? Cheers if you are. Good to see you in. 26 Tango Charlie 101. Just the triple chin. What triple chin? This one. Yeah, it's sort of like looking up underneath me, isn't it? I still keep looking at that camera there. Yeah, no, George is good as gold. In my experience, anyway. Okay, where are we? Let's try it out then, shall we? Be rude not to, wouldn't it? I've got to remember which one's the antenna. Oh, I don't know if it might reach. And this is going straight into my long wire. My long wire is not up properly at the moment either. To be fair, this is a little bit too big a wire for those connectors. So here's our new connectors. So A is antenna. Yes. And that one is a ground. There we are. They work. Let's just reconnect the speaker up with these weird connectors. I say they're weird, well, just because I haven't seen them before. I've got the shakes today for some reason. Probably lack of carbohydrates, I suppose. Oh, I can't see to put that wire in, you know. Let's do it this way around. There we go. So rest that on there temporary for now. Right, power supply then. What do we need power supply on this? Power is center pin positive. And I assume we're looking at, yeah, about 13.5 volts. Center pin positive. Careful, Graham. Center pin positive. Make sure that's not connected to anything. let's go 13 and a half. Center pin positive. It's already on. Right, so we need to switch it across to those wires. Data. This is quirky, isn't it? Of course, it wants me to put the time in now. We've got a timer on it. Oh dear. And I haven't got a clue how to do that. Data. Right. RFID, memory, filter, phones. Why am I hearing nothing? Probably because we're up at 800 megs. Oh, I was trying to put a tone in, isn't it? Ah, dear. We're going to need to configure the filter. So it's setting up. So what's the time at the moment? 4:52. Default set. Setup. Set A load, B load. That can't be the frequency, surely. Why can't we hear anything then? Where's the remote? Oh, I'm going to have to find out how this works, aren't I? It's because we've got, we took the front off of it, it's reset itself, I think, and it wants setting up again from scratch. Jim, how you doing, mate? Sunny but cold Dundee. So we're going to have to set this up. No. Well, I've loaded the defaults. AGC, medium, squelch, we just wanna let's get the manual. Let's get the manual. Let's take these wires at the back of that. Because they are a little bit stretched. Let's find the AR 7030 manual. Okay, I'll try share my screen with you, but I need the Stream Deck to do that, otherwise you get loads of muck all over the screen. It goes bonkers. Right. There is some shortcut keys, I think, but I don't know what they are. So 30. User guide, there we are. Manual machine. And it's one of these things that gives you loads of blimmin' cookies that you've got to go right the way down through the list and uncheck them all. And then you got more vendors and you uncheck those, and legitimate interest. Yeah, I'm not legitimately interested in you having all my information. Thank you very much. Vendor preferences. Quantcast. No, you're not having it. Additive. No. No, you're not having it. Oh, there's hundreds of them. We're not even going to bother with that site then, because there's so many damn cookies on it. Samo 30. AOR USA, how about that? To load the default settings, press the... Let's get you down. So to load the default settings, press to return to the setups menu. So return to rotate so that the default set is displayed. We did this. Default set is displayed. Then push this button. Loaded. Loaded is briefly displayed in place of the clock to confirm selection. Receiver does not bestow format display readout configured. Can be configured to display time or passband shift or filter selection or treble bass tone selection or VFO or AGC. Yeah, but I don't want, I just want to turn the thing on. How do you turn it on? We've got the default loaded. Critical reference guy. Power. To display the S meter, press menu. That just says setup. Default set, okay. Why can't we hear anything then? Probably because the volume's turned down so low. Wow. Literally, I'm going to have to go right the way through this thing. I'm going to have to go right the way through this thing and set it back up again. I don't know if Axel set it up originally, but what a nightmare. Menu driven nightmare. AOR stuff, to be fair, is quirky. If you want a radio you can just switch on and push buttons, you don't want an AOR really. I learnt that with all my other AOR stuff here. It's an absolute headache. RF and IFs, oh, there's so much in here. I just thought it was quite straightforward, but you know, it doesn't appear to be. Yes, I've loaded the default settings. You basically got to set everything up on it, literally, because I mean, there was no power in that battery, so I don't know how it was holding its memories, but that's a bit bizarre. Let's connect it back up again. Just going to connect it with this because it's a bit of a stretch. So but how do I know it's in? Hang on. Right, okay. What on earth is that? What is that? Sounds like a number station.
Echo kilowatt contest. CQ contest, Yankee Oscar 3 Alpha Echo Kilo, Yankee Oscar 3 Alpha Echo kilowatt contest. CQ contest, Yankee Oscar 3 Alpha Echo Kilo, Yankee Oscar 3 America Ecuador kilowatt contest.
Lima Alpha Delta 59 whiskey, kilo whiskey. Radio India in low, good luck. Sierra Ontario 7 Echo contest.
Sounds there's a contest on.
Sierra Oscar 7 Echo, Sierra Ontario 7 Ecuador contest.
At least I got it working.
Sierra Ontario 7 Ecuador contest. Sugar Oscar 7 Echo, Sierra Ontario 7 Ecuador contest. Sierra Ontario 7 Echo, Sugar Oscar 7 Ecuador contest. Oscar 95 Papa Zulu Kilo. Lima Zulu 1 Zulu Lima Italy 59. Thank you 73. This is Sierra Oscar 95 Papa Zulu Kilo. Ewa Irena 9. Irena Ewa Barbara bardzo ładnie 59. Dziękuję, do usłyszenia. This is Sierra Oscar Papa Zulu Kilo. Delta Lima 2 Yankee Charlie Kilo. Delta Lima 2 Yankee Charlie Kilo. Yankee? Yankee Charlie Kilo. Again, Delta Lima 2 Yankee Charlie Kilo. Delta Lima Yankee Charlie Kilo. Yankee Charlie Kilo. Okay, I have you, Delta Lima 2, Yankee Charlie Kilo,
5 sounds best to me, Bizarre.
Thank you, 73. This is Sierra Oscar 95, Papa Zulu Kilo.
Yeah, I did a factory reset on it.
Echo Alpha 3, India Golf Lima, 59. Thank you, 73. This is Sierra Oscar 95, Papa Zulu Kilo, QRZ. Hotel Alpha 6.
Ganesh, hi Ganesh, hi Les.
Charlie Oscar Zulu, QSL.
Thanks, Rich.
Okay, Hotel Alpha 6, Oscar Zulu, 59, thank you. QRZ, this is Sierra Oscar 95, Papa Zulu Kilo. Florida 4, Florida Victor Hotel.
Sounds like I've got the filter way too.
D'un côté l'internet, le smartphone et puis le micro et tout le baratin qui passe dans le micro ou dans la studio.
Let's turn it back to
500 feet. Until 1800. Wind 020 degrees, 17 knots. Gusting 27 knots.
It's fine.
Forecast Madrid Barajas. Valid from the 2nd at 1200 until the 3rd at 1800. Wind 020 degrees, 9 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Cloud, ceiling broken at 2,000 feet. Forecast maximum temperature 13 on the 3rd at 1500 Zulu. Forecast minimum temperature 4 on the 2nd at 1200 Zulu. Becoming between 2200 and 2400. Wind.
I think you can direct tune it on this thing as well.
Tempo from 1200 until 2400. Visibility 4,000 meters. Moderate rain, moderate drizzle, moderate rain, cloud, ceiling broken at 400 feet. Tempo from 0400 until 1800. Moderate drizzle, moderate rain. Santa Maria at 1700 Zulu. Wind 030 degrees, 17 knots. Visibility 2 kilometers or more. Cloud, few at 1,800 feet. Scattered at 2,600 feet. Temperature 16. Dew point minor. QNH 1025. Lisbon, Metroport. Lisbon at 1700 Zulu. Wind 050 degrees, 12 knots. Wind varying between 020 degrees and 080 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Cloud.
Well, that's a mystery to me how that works. I'm going to have to really get my head in the book before I send that back just to make sure it's 100%. But as I say, the connection's in the back. Let's just pop the wire antenna back in the back of it now. I've got it sort of so as I'm not in outer space with it. Let's just put the wire antenna back in the back of it a minute. Just make sure this works. So that's the whole point of repairing it. Put the antenna switch back over there. Put the power back on again.
Wind broken at 2,000 feet. Temperature 5. 19er. Recent moderate rain.
No, that's it, directly in the back.
Largest Metroport. Largest.
There we go. Job done. As I say, all that's left to do is sort out a tap and die set, or a tap to get that sorted. Aliens. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll have to find out how to set the clock and everything. I'm going to have to print that up and have a look at it myself. I mean, I'm sure there's something in here somewhere to... yeah, I don't know how you set the clock. It's a mystery to me. It won't even turn off with one press. You gotta hit it with 2 presses. Oh, thanks, Gavin. Low carb snacks, yeah. Thanks, mate. Holland and Barrett are like mentally expensive, crazy money. But there you go. Yeah, I think the OBS software is working really well. I've just got to get my head into transitions, how to switch from one camera to the other properly. I need to connect the main camera back into it, and it might be that OBS is the way forward. I spent 300 odd quid on the software for vMixler, and unfortunately the computer don't like it. Well, as I say, that is the other computer, so there is issues with that. Excuse me. Let's catch up with the chat. Thanks very much, Gavin. Make sure I haven't missed anybody. Yeah, I've done a factory reset on it. It's very good selectivity, actually. Bizarre. It's a very good. JP Jetta, hi Ken. Sorry I missed you, mate. No Ben and Sandra, no. They probably didn't think we were coming on because we've got computer issues. Where's Rob gone? Has he gone out again? Hang on, it's glitching a little bit. You need to get the Stream Deck. Yes, as I say, it has got a USB-C connector on it. Anthony, I just need to get a load of USB-C leads now, don't I? I need to get a USB 3 to a USB-C so I can run that camera, because it's the old cam links. Cheers, Aston. Yeah, I mean, this is dead easy to disconnect. Literally, I'm running the whole stream on just 2 wires plugged into this thing. It's the difference between a PC and a Mac. Literally, I've got 2 wires plugged into this. That's it. You know, the other one I had a USB dock. I had loads of stuff plugged in. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 9 things plugged into the PC. I've literally got 2 things plugged into the Mac, and that's it. That is it. And one of them's the webcam. So if I didn't have the webcam, which I'm not using, not this webcam, the Brio, if I didn't have that one plugged in, I'd only have 1 wire to run the whole stream. How about that? That's the difference, isn't it? Maybe they're enjoying the gardening weather, but they're in Scotland. This is probably raining up there. It always rains in Scotland. It rains, it's cold, and it's blowing a gale normally. Right, I'm pretty much done there now. So let me see if I can somehow work this so as I can put the outros, etc. on it, and the Patreon and channel member credits, although I haven't updated that. I haven't got any new ones, but I think Mr. Kilroy's left the Patreons. Saying that I don't get notifications of new channel members, so I've got to keep going in and seeing who's joined and how many members I've got, so it's very difficult to keep on top of it. But yeah, please, if you're not a Patreon or channel member, then please consider joining up, because it looks like I've got to buy a new laptop at some stage, which I'm not looking forward to. I've got to try and work out how the hell I'm going to finance that. There's got to be a way of getting this just running. It can't be that bad. It's 2019 I bought it. It can't be like no good after that amount of time. I've got laptops that are much older than that. My chat's just decided to pack up again now, look. Let's see, you're saying the stream, I got a warning saying the stream is doing something. It don't like something about the stream, and never likes anything about the stream. It says it's good. Good is good. Good is not bad, is it? Let me get the chat back on then and see if that refreshes it. Yeah. I'm losing the chat every so often for some reason. I've got the chat on here. Yeah, H. Neil. Cheers, Bob. Stream's still going, Christoph, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? It's not glitched. I've lost the chat a couple of times. I'm not sure what that is. You use an 11th gen laptop, do you, Anthony? Do you stream though? What is mine? Mine is an 8th gen, I think. Yeah, it's an 8th gen, my other one. I don't know what gen this is. Has this got a gen even? Let's have a look at the about. Let's have a look at what processor this thing got in it. Let me have a look at what processor this has got in it. It's got an i5, I know that. So it says it's a 2.3 gig quad-core Intel Core i5. That's all it tells me. I mean, the other one's an i7 core. You know, it's crazy that this will run everything and my other one won't, isn't it? Yeah, for some reason my chat's still not connecting. I can see the chat because I've got other windows with the chat in, but it should appear in OBS, but it's not. I'm not using a massive amount of CPU, so should be alright. Let's try it again. Ah, yeah, it's back. Cheers, Robert. And Rob Head, I've got your radio to come out to you, Rob, but I need to just double check I've got some issues. Bizarre saying you need one machine running cameras and OBS and then another machine streaming to YouTube. How do I connect the two together though, Bizarre? This is yes, on Twitch. Oh, you stream on Twitch, right. Software updates, the power of the computer needs to be more power, plus you only have low memory. You got 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, you did look at upgrading the memory because it seems to be a memory error, but it keeps saying your computer has done something or other and needs to restart. It's crashed basically. Anyway, people, hope you've enjoyed that today. We got a stream out despite all the messing about, didn't we? Off, yeah, that just goes like that, and that goes like that. So I've got to put the studio mode on, and then I've got to mess with my camera, make that big, stick that across like that. So it's magic, and there's still something on the side there. Look, what's going on? Get off. How about that? I just don't know. I just don't know. Right, this one should. Yeah, not sure how to get that working. Let me just turn me off then. Intro. Turn that one off as well. Let me see if that works. Right, well, I've sussed how to do it now. I've sussed it, but I'm not really sure how I did it. Don't know how I did it. How did I do it? I had to turn everything off. I had to turn that off. I had to turn that off. And then I had to go onto that. Turn that on. Then restart it. Right, I think I'm ready to go now. Thanks everybody for putting up with me today. It's new software. It's going to take me a few weeks to get used to this, so you'll have to bear with me. But we can get the cameras working, we can get a stream out, I can do the chat. It's all good. And thanks for joining me as well. And for all the super chats and tips that you've given me. So I'm going to turn my mic off and see if I can get this thing to work now. So have a good one, people, and bye for now.